So let's get to this, because I'm pretty sure you're all dying for this. Um, 1 egg, 2 eggs. Oh, actually, that was not that bad. 3 eggs. Let's label this. Let's label this crude oil, phosphates, and sulfur. So a bunch of rivers are polluted with these three pollutants. 177 rivers are clean. So that's outside our universe. So I'm not going to put the rectangle only because I'm going to run out of room. Let's fill in what we can. So that's gone. 101 rivers were polluted with only crude oil. That means that goes over here. No. 72 were polluted with sulfur and crude oil, but no phosphates. So that has to be right here, 72. Right? They're polluted with 72 rivers are polluted with two pollutants. So that makes sense. So that's gone. 137 were polluted with only phosphates, so I can put that over here. And I know I skipped one. 463, and then 289 were polluted with phosphates, but not crude oil. Okay, so all the rivers that have been polluted with phosphates, but not crude oil, would be this. This has phosphates. And, sorry, let me remove that one. And this also has phosphate. Anywhere else, and it's going to have the crude oil. Okay, so I know that 200, so the sum of this and this gives me 189. So 137 plus this our little mystery number here, which I'm actually, you know what, I'm going to just do it this for now so that you recognize it, is equal to 289. I can subtract 137 from each side, minus, subtract 137 from this side. It's going to be 2, 5, and 1. So my mystery, my dot over here, is going to be equal to 152, right? So I can go back here and write 1, 5, 2. Okay. Erase. Now I have nothing really, I don't have anything else to do. So I'm going to call this an X, call this Y, and call this Z. I filled out everything that I could, and those are my leftovers. So let's talk about this one. 463 rivers have phosphates. So the rivers that have phosphates are the X, the Y, the 152, and the 137. So it's X plus Y plus 152 plus 137, and that all equals 439. I'm going to simplify things here. So I'm going to add 152 and 137. So 152, 137, it's a 9, it's a 10, okay, 1, it's a 309, right? So X plus Y plus 309. No, I didn't add that right. Sorry. Let me go back to it. So, you know what? I'm just going to use a calculator. So I'm going to get 152 plus 137 equals 289. So the sum of these two numbers, so I'm going to get X plus Y, and these two is going to give me 289. And that equals 439. So now I'm going to remove 289 from this side. So I'm going to go this like this. And I'm going to remove 289 from that side. And that's going to give me 150. So X plus Y equals 150. Okay, so I'll leave that alone for a second, okay? But let's focus on this. Just remember that this is 1. So I did that. Now, let me see if I can do the 289. 289, I'll change colors. We're polluted with phosphates, but no crude oil. I already took care of that too. 463 rivers were polluted with sulfur compounds. So that would be the 72, the Y, the 152, and the Z. So I'm going to get over here, actually maybe add one here, Y plus Z plus 72 plus 152. That's going to give me 463. I'm going to add these two. Okay, so 72 plus 152 equals 224. again, y plus z plus 224 equals 463. I'm going to remove my subtract, make it a z so that you understand this is a z, sorry. So 224 from this side, I'm going to take 224 from the other side. That's going to leave me with 239. So I know that y plus z equals 239. Okay, so here's my problem. I have these two equations, x plus y equals 150, y plus z equals 239, but the variables are different. Okay, even if we subtract one equation from the other, it's really not going to work. So I need one more equation. And the last equation I'm going to get by doing this. So what do we know? I know that, and here's where I'm going to pick a color here. The last equation is going to look like this. I'm going to add everything. I'm going to add x plus y plus z plus 101 plus 72 plus 152 plus 137. I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And put 137. And don't forget I'm missing the 177. Let me just put the 179 because those are also goes plus 177. And we know all that equals to what? 1,000. Yeah? All these numbers plus the clean rivers should equal to 1,000. So I have my third equation. So let me simplify this. So I get x plus y plus z plus, and I'm going to combine all these like terms, 101 plus 72 plus 152 plus 137 plus 177. So I'm going to add all those right now. 101 plus 72 plus 152 plus 137 plus 177 equals 639. So I can write all that in 639, and that all equals 1,000. Again, my last thing, I'm going to remove 639 from each side, and then x plus y plus z. Minus 639, so I have to do minus 639 on the other side, and I'm going to get 361. Now I have three equations that I can work with. And hopefully you can see something here. What do I know here? I know that x plus y equals 150. So guess what? From this equation at the bottom, x plus y plus z, I can take, so let me, guys, hopefully you remember the 177. So let me take this equation right here, the red one. If I write that x plus y plus z equals 361, I can replace these two. Because look, I know that x plus y equals 50. So if I replace these two with, I can replace it with 150. So I can have 150 plus z equals 361, right? So now I can subtract 150 from each side, and I'm going to have z left over, and 361 minus 150 is going to be 211. Yeah? So if I know what z is, I can go back to any equation that has a z, and look, we have one right here. Right? I can replace this z with 211, so I have y plus the z that I just found out, it's 211, equals 239. And if I subtract y from each side, 211 from each side, I'm going to get that y equals 239 minus 211 is going to be 28. So now I know that y equals 28. So I know that that z is 211. I know that y is 28. All I need is x. So now that I have y, I can go to this equation, right? So I can go x, and I know what y is now. It's 28 equals 150. It's a simple one-step equation. Subtract 28 from each side, and I get that x equals 122. So now I have all my values, my x, my y, and the z. Okay? We'll move on to the last one. This one. This one's not that bad, actually. It's actually a little bit easier. So 1 egg. Ooh, that's actually not bad. 2. That's really bad. And there's an egg. And we're going to talk about the US Open, Wimbledon, and the Australian Open. And there's a rectangle somewhere in there. And let's start with what we know. So 30 people have not attended. So I'm going to put 30. So, you know what? Let me put 30 in the corner over here so it doesn't get in the way of anything. 10 people have been to all 3 tournaments. So I put the 10 right here. So that's a check. 25 people have been to Wimbledon and the Australian. So Wimbledon and the Australian is here. But it doesn't say only. Okay, so this is going to include the 10 people that also attend all 3 tournaments, right? So already have 10 people attending Wimbledon and Australian Open. I need a total of 25. So these 2 areas need to add up to 25, which means this is 15. 20 people have been to the US Open and the Australian Open, the US Open and the Australian, but not Wimbledon. So this for sure, this one I don't have to subtract because from 10, because I need 20 people who go to the US Open and the Australian, but don't go to Wimbledon. So they can't be part of the Wimbledon circle. Okay, so that's done. That's done. 65 people have been to exactly 2 of the tournaments. So 65 people have been to exactly 2 of the tournaments. And let me shade this. And people who have gone to 2 tournaments exactly are this group, and this group. So I know that those 3 areas that I just highlighted have to add up to 65. So I have 20 plus 15. And let's just call that shaded area. And I'll do what I did the exercise. Our missing number. 20 plus 15 plus this third shaded area has to equal 65. This is 35 plus mystery shaded area equals 65. So my shaded area, I'm going to subtract 35 from each side, and my shaded area is going to be 30. Right? I subtract 35 from here, 35 from there, and I get 30. So I can go back here and write 30. That's done. No, this one is actually easy. 165 have been to the US Open or Wimbledon. Here is where you guys go a little bit confusing, right? 165 people have been to the US Open or Wimbledon. So I'm going to shade that. Shade something different color. Green. Hopefully you can see it. People who have gone to the US Open or Wimbledon. Actually, before I do that. I can't fill in the other places. So before I start shading, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a variable. This, and this. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to this. So the people who have gone, let's use green, to the US Open or to the Wimbledon. Anybody who has gone to the US Open or to Wimbledon, raise your hand. Well, it'd be these guys have gone to the US Open. These guys. Anyone in these 2 circles have gone to the US Open or to Wimbledon. So I can make an equation out of that. So I can write x plus the y, and let me put all the constants together, plus 30, plus 20, plus 10, plus 15, and that all has to equal 165. So let's just make that a little bit less confusing. So x plus y plus 30 plus 20 is 50, 60, 75 equals 165. So x plus y is going to be 165 minus 75, right? 165 minus 75. That's going to give us 90. Okay, that's one equation that we have. Another equation that we have, and we can use the 120 have been to the Australian Open or to Wimbledon. So let me change colors here. Let me use, hopefully purple will work. Shade with purple. People who have gone to Wimbledon or the Australian Open. You don't have to go to both of them as long as you showed up for one of them. Even if you have gone to all 3, it doesn't matter. So it'd be anyone in these 2 circles. So we're talking about these guys, these guys, these guys, these guys, these guys, these guys. There's my second equation. So So my second equation is going to be y plus z and all the constants. It's going to be 30, 20, 10, and 15. 30 plus 20 plus 10 plus 15. And that's all going to equal to 120. Let's consolidate. Y plus z plus 30, 50, 60, 75 equals 120. And y plus z equals 45. Yeah? Okay. Now, we have these two equations. And again, just like the last one, we're going to need one more. And the last equation we can write is going to be the one that we use all our numbers. So we can write that x plus y plus z plus all these numbers and the number outside. So let me just, do I have room? Plus 30, plus 20, plus 10, plus 15, plus these people who have not gone, plus the 30, they all have to equal to 200. So x plus y plus z plus, and let's add this, 30, 20, 60, 90, 95 equals 200. Subtract 95 from each side, and I'm going to get x plus y plus z equals 105. So just like the previous problem, we can substitute, right? So I know that x plus y is 90. Look, I can replace this x plus y over here. So let me take this upstairs. So x plus y plus z equals 105. So I'm going to use the information from this equation. I know that x plus y is 90, so I'm going to replace these two. Instead of x plus y, I can write 90. 90 plus z equals 105. So if I subtract 90 from each side, I get that z equals 15. Yeah? So with this information, I can go here, down here. And we can replace z with 15, so I can get y plus 15 equals 45. If I subtract 15 from each side, right, I'm going to get y equals 30. So I have a y, I have the z, and I'm missing the x. Now that I can use this y over here and put it over here, and I can get that x plus y, we know what it is now, it's 30, right, equals 90. Take 30 from each side, and I'm going to get that x equals 60. So x is 60, y is going to be 30, and z is going to be, what do you say, 15. Okay. And that's it. Hopefully this helped.